can a fan be a friend with a singer? Yes, of course. Why not? The thing is this. You can be, okay, my wife and I, we have a big age difference, right? But when she was I don't know, 14, 15, she was actually asking for her dad if she could come to my shows, and her dad would be no. And now we are married. So in a way, before knowing me, she was a fan, and now she's my wife. I have a fan that I know from Switzerland that she came to my show like everybody, and like she was asking for a photo, cool, and and there was another girl that was there, and she clearly wanted to fuck. She was a groupie, and so we were seeing her doing her little cinema and trying to impress me with her attributes, and I could see her being a little annoyed at the attitude of the other one. So I started making jokes with her, like, hey, do you see everything she's doing? Is it for you? And we started laughing together, and I was like, hey, just stay here and have a drink with me. And she just stayed there in my table, and we just talked about stuff, nothing special. And after that, we kept in touch on Facebook for maybe a year or two. And one day, I don't remember, I was talking about something, and we were having a conversation, and I was like, yo, give me your number. And we called each other on WhatsApp, and now she's one of my great friends. And every time she comes to Portugal, we always have dinner, and now she's my friend. Thing is, you can be friends with anybody. It's just a question of creating the connection, and the connection have to be there, and it has to be from both sides. Because a lot of times people, because they are your fans, and you are a nice person, and you talk to them nicely, and you don't treat them as if you were superior, they think they are your friends, but they are not your friends. Friendship is hard to find. Friendship is something that is defined by the time, by trust, by the fact that you can talk about your personal stuff to that other person. You are not a friend of somebody just because you like their music. This is being a fan, or being appreciating or loving your work. Because you love somebody's work, it doesn't mean that you are automatically bound to be their friend. Because somebody can be an amazing artist and still be a jerk, can be a bad individual. You can do great songs and be an horrible person. So now, if you are used to having long conversation with somebody that you are a fan of, and the connection goes both ways, and the person loves talking to you and you love talking to that person, yeah, you can become friends. I became friends with a lot of my fans that have been my fans for 20 years. People that have been talking to me online, following me on every social networks, and actually one of them is part of Shada gang. I should tell him that I'm online, actually, or maybe he's sleeping. Let me send him a message. We live. And it's not because that somebody is your fan that they cannot become your friend. And somebody can be your friend and become your fan, or can be your parent, your family, and become your fan, right? It's really a question of just relationships. So the only problem, as I'm saying, with most people is that because you reply to them on social media and you always reply, like I reply to all my messages. I reply to most of my emails when I can. I reply to all my messages on Instagram. I reply to people. I think I'm an okay individual. I'm a good person, right? And I try to take care of the people who enjoy my music as much as possible. And some people think that we are friends, but we're not, because I believe that friends really are, normally you can count your friends on the fingers of your hand. Now you can have acquaintances, you can have people that you're cool with, you can have people that you have great relationships with, but that's not friendship. This is being cool. And because of social media that we're going to talk today, a lot of people don't realize what a friend is, because you can be friends on Facebook. People are messing up the definitions of things. People are thinking that because you are friends on Facebook or you follow each other on Instagram and the person follow you, people are thinking that you are like the connection is strong. No, it's just the connection, right? And because of the digital world and everybody is so accessible, a lot of people, they believe that the connection that you have together is stronger than it is. And sometimes when I unfollow people on Twitter or on Instagram, I unfollow them not because I have a problem with them, or not because it's just because I'm not interested in what they're posting. Some people, yeah, every time you look at their post, it's not something that you're into. Like, I don't know. And then you're like, hey, it's time to clean up my Instagram. Whatever that person is posting is not of what I'm interested in seeing. So I'm unfollowing that person so I don't have to see that stuff. But it doesn't mean that I have a problem with that person. But I remember on the early days of Facebook, like maybe when Facebook was like 4 or 5 years old, like 10 years ago, whatever, I don't remember how long ago. When I would unfollow or stop my friendship with somebody, I would receive private messages, crazy private messages. Who do you think you are to unfollow me? Look, this is a photo of me burning your CDs. I will never listen to your music again. Fuck you. Why did you unfollow me? Why you? Like, because what you're posting, I'm not interested in it. And it doesn't mean that you are not a great person. It doesn't mean that I have a problem with you. It doesn't mean that it just means that I'm not interested in the content that you put in there. And last time I checked, this is my social media and I have the right to follow and unfollow whoever I want. But a lot of people, they don't realize that. And this is because of the name they gave to these things. Friend. Do you want to be friend with Kaysha on Facebook? And that's what, at a point, they start changing it to following, right? Because when we arrive to the limit of the number of friends you can have on Facebook, which is 5,000, I remember I had 5,000 friends on Facebook. I was like, those people are not my friends. They're just people that I'm connected in on the social network.